First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. On first down, Nash. And whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Throwing, Cousins. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Trey Flowers. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Yellow.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Nash. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Two first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's got Smith here. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches, so as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down.
Get off the field.
Cousins now from the 50. Got a man. It's Aitman, complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw. 66.
They'll run on first down. It's Nash. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down, it's Nash. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
And it's third down.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is third down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And this one complete to Smith. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Now Cousins on fourth down. And that's caught by Smith. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Cousins. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively, that usually means you weaken your defense. That means that now the offense is doing the dictating, and they should have other things open up as well.
20. Pittsburgh. 44. All right, T. Let's go. All right, T. 40 seconds.
On first and goal, they'll try the option left. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Leads to second and goal at the Lions' 9-yard line.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Now a give right side. Nash. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Too easy.
Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
On third down, it's Nash, and he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. A gain of 7 might change the thought process here as they have some options on 4th and goal.
It's 4th and goal at the 2-yard line.
Now Giorgio Tavecchio for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation.
Giorgio Tavecchio on for the field goal.
Tavecchio puts this one through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So you're a boxing guy. How do you score that on your boxing card? A very long drive, but 3 points.
And I really want to do my boxing analyst voice right here, but I'm going to keep it normal for us, right? I call it a draw. That type of a drive has to feel good, right? You take it all the way downfield, you control the ball, control the clock. But they only got 3 points out of it. So defensively, it could have been worse, right? So I give it a draw.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Jam, 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 jam. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Begin. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hatch you. Watch twist.
Here's Johnson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 36.
40 got.
On 1st down, it's Johnson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs.
On first down, Stafford here. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Check 26, check 26. Omaha, ready to move. Check.
They give the Johnson going right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check 3, check 3. Check, check, check. 11, 11.
Throwing is Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Drill right, 22. Keep behind.
They'll run it with Johnson. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Johnson. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will tie us at 3-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post, that's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
Toe-bashed it.
that. Super toe.
Hey, echo. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic.
A first down throw for Cousins. It's caught by Bryant. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Hey, we got 48. Hey, no, easy. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Check. All you get is a headache.
Throwing is Cousins. Bryant has it. And he'll work it across midfield in. as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Good route here. Hey, Alpha.
Cousins again. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, a combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And they start the second half with Johnson. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 59.
They go to Johnson again. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Set. 250. Mike 54. I'm coming. Alert. 36.
Stafford on 3rd down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Watch 54. Big 20. We want it. Come to my world. Check. Crunch. 32. Hey, watch it. Look at him.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 1st down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll run on 1st down. Johnson, and he's taken down inside the 30. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Set. 280. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Man, I got you. Man. Zero. He's crossing. He's checking.
Running from the gun, Johnson. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And this one is right through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The last play on the completion got him half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here's Matt Wild now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw again. Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
Check three, check three. Wide, wide. Like 7. Check, check.
On first down, it's Johnson. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Here we go.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 4 receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Stafford. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Pick it up. Slam, slam. Listen.
They run from the shotgun with Washington. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Hey, we're good.
Cousins now. And a throw there going to be incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Taken from just outside the 30. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Tighten up. Check. Check. You go tight. You got tight. Hey, Red. You got tight right there.
Johnson running right. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Xavier Rhodes makes the tackle.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Complete, it's Johnson. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. On third down, Johnson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And it's 3rd down.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Johnson. He was brought down by Brandon Copeland. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Whip. Watch the whip. Check 43. Rush in. Rush. Monday.
On third down, Johnson. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick here is good. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Cousins to throw. Complete to Bryant. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Cousins.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Agnew. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one? Oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Lions, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.